Ladies and gentlemen, elves and trolls, wolf riders of all ages, I am the comic outlaw, and I'm bringing to you Wolf Riders number 4. And we pick up right where we left off, where Rake suddenly trips, hanging on the edge, the precipice. Cutter reaches out for him. In a moment of bravery, he saves his own enemy, his own rival to his love, his soulmate, Lita. But in a rage, in a jealous rage, Rayek reaches out to him and had never sent before. Sends his rage and hatred and jealousy towards Cutter, knocking him off on his hands and knees over the cliff. Skywise comes up and approaches him, but something in Cutter he realizes at that moment that he has to get up, that he has to do what needs to be done. And he touches the symbol, and he comes back. And with his Wolf Rider fellows realizing that their hope in their chief is restored, and Rayek storms angrily away because his fear was loss. He could never handle loss. And now, Cutter has won the right to Lita, but as she points out, the right to woo, not the right to have her. And I love Skywise. Here goes the foul disposition, the manners of a troll. But Lita cannot sleep that night. She is haunted. The name, the soul name, Tam. And she hears howling, and up in the caves, the wolf riders gather. Cutter pulls a blade, a very familiar blade, and pricks his hand as they shout out different names, until finally they reach the name Bearclaw, his father. And they tell the story of Bearclaw. And Bearclaw was a man that used to gamble with trolls. He was basically a rogue here in and out, very hot-tempered, very driven, but loved his people. But he was also tempered by Tree Stump's sister, Joyleaf. She was like the other half, the yin to his yang, the water to fire. And their souls recognized each other, and they became one, and they produced a son, Cutter. Now, as they go on with the story, it's Cutter's turn to speak, to talk, to share the stories of his father, and he speaks. But for he is no storyteller, so he tries to sum up his love for him, his love for the tribe. At the point when Joyleaf and Bearclaw were together, there was order and balance in the tribe, and those were happier days. But there was something deep in the darkness, something old, driven, some kind of cursed magic. And they wonder what it is, their senses leaping, until finally this creature strikes out of nowhere. This creature's a plague, and it strikes one of them down. And it's fast, big, claws gaping, breaking both wolf and elf. This mad beast who wants nothing more than to destroy finally reaches out oddly, and it sends a message of pain. It sends a message of destruction, lightning and fire, and it blinds the elves, for they've never been hit with such evil, and named Manticoil. And as they scream and run away, the pain of that psychic backlash hurting them. But they must face a painful truth that Joyleaf, Cutter's mom, is dead, and Bearclaw will avenge her. He says that he'll go at it alone and tells all of them to stay back. This is personal, for it was his love that was murdered, and he goes off to wreak vengeance on this mad coil, this demon of the night. But Cutter, steadfast, goes with him. They find the creature. They locate his den, and they wait. But as they find skulls, bodies. They camp a little bit away. Bear Claw waits till Cutter is out, and then hears the creature call for him. He could feel his hate. And as the battle raged on, Cutter screams for his father, Bear Claw, but it's too late. The creature had somehow survived, badly wounded, but it left. And Bear Claw lay dead. He has given New Moon the sword, and he vows to take care of his people. For now, this boy, this elf, has lost both mother and father, and has the burden to be chief. The wolves take him away, for he is one of them, and they will treat him as such. And as they howl, they mourn for the loss of the wild elf known as Bear Claw, who was in so many ways more wolf than elf. And as Cutter comes, he tells him that Bear Claw is dead, and Tree Stump declares him the new chief. And they form a plan. They get this sap and this net together, and they're going to hang it over and jump him as a tribe. And as Cutter goes back into that dank hole of death, this time prepared, this time ready, he screams, "Come out, come out," and this creature comes out, attacking, screeching, ready for anything. But this creature's already been badly wounded, and the elves are ready this time. They drop the net, they hold it down, and Cutter, with New Moon, goes for the death blow. He reaches out and stabs it right through the eye, killing it. But it does, in a way, have no satisfaction, for his mother and father are still gone, and he is the chief, but he has his family, the Wolf Riders, his tribe. And Lita realizes that there's more to this barbarian than meets the eye, and she tends to sneak off